Hey TikTok, so I'm gonna do a little story time while I put on a little bit of makeup because I look dead. I thought it would be fun to tell some little facts about me that not very many people know unless you know me in my personal life. I think I've talked about this a little bit on here before, but when I was a teenager, I was a really big I specifically remember when Amendment 64 passed in Colorado. I was actually sitting in my history class in high school. I think it was like my sophomore year. And I remember when it passed. I remember my history teacher being like, well, what does that mean for you? And I'm just like, sir, that means I know what I'm going to do when I get older. It was then that I had decided that when I turned 21, I was going to work in the flower industry. Literally right when I had turned 21, I went and got my license to work in that industry, right away. I had taken an online college course for flower tending. Literally did the most to become an expert in that field. So I ended up doing that for a few years, and I got to meet a lot of people working that job. If anybody knows the rapper Ritz, I sold flour to him and his crew. One day I met this woman who had a friend who was opening up a flower museum on the Las Vegas Strip on Fremont. So she gave me his number and put me in connection because my husband and I had been thinking about moving to Las Vegas for a while, and I thought this was the perfect opportunity. Fast forward some time, we ended up moving to Las Vegas, and I ended up working at that flower museum teaching the history and culture of flower. In the Las Vegas Strip, I got to meet a lot of famous people, and it was literally the time of my life. Until COVID happened. Like many businesses in Las Vegas, the museum ended up closing, and so I needed to find another job. So I got my license again, and instead of flower tending, I decided to grow the flower. I ended up working for one of the biggest grow houses in the middle of the desert. And that is when I decided to start social media. I started sharing my journey and my experience on Instagram. Then blew up, and that's when I decided to make merch. When I decided to make merch, we moved back to Denver. I sold my merch in 2 different dispensaries in their lobby, as well as online. Oops, I meant flower shops. Shortly after, we found out I was pregnant, and my goals changed. I can't wait to tell my daughter one day.